Pretty excited. Our big trip is only a few days away from leaving, so whether you're coming on this trip or you're intending to do your own big trip down the track, I just want to talk today about a bit of preparation and getting your boat really ready for one of these long distance trips. So from about 3 months prior to departure, you should be thinking about anti-foul, engine service, generator service, equipment on the boat like water makers and anchor winches and so on, getting all that done. So with this maintenance list, if you've got a skipper or someone who maintains the boat for you, that's nice and easy because you can give them the list and away they go. But if you haven't and you're an owner and you have to organise it yourself, certainly our service team can do it all for you. So just let them know that in 3 months' time you're intending to go on a big trip and they'll organise everything for you. From the anti-foul, the engine service, the maintenance, the whole lot will all be done in time. Okay, so now we're about to leave on our trip. We want to talk about daily checks. So we're generally doing between 150 and 170 nautical miles a day. So everything's working hard. So we're going to go in the engine room. I'll show you some checks that we're going to do each morning. So once we're in the engine room, obviously we're going to check under the floor for any salt water, any water we don't expect in the engine room. We're going to check the generator oil. We're going to check our fuel filters and we're going to check our engine oils. One of the most important things is a daily check on our fuel. We must keep the fuel clean. So what we've got in most Princess boats is a dual fuel filter system. We're looking for any contamination or water in these filters here. And if we happen to get contamination in one side, we can easily change over and use the alternate filter so the engines don't play up. But basically every day we should be checking that first thing in the morning. So the next check is pretty basic, the same as your car. It's the old dipstick check. Check you've got oil, you're not burning oil, your oil's the right colour. Once again, only on long trips would you need to check that every day. But once again, we're running for 7, 8, 9 hours a day, so every morning you should be checking your oil levels. Okay, the last check is just a visual check. So lifting up the floor traps, have a look under the floor to make sure there's no salt water or water contamination or oil down there. Have a good eyeball around the engine room, smelling for any diesel smells or anything unusual. It's a 1 minute check and then all clear, away you go. Let's head to the front and I'll show you some things on the anchor. On these long trips, we want to retain the anchor winch with a little retaining clip. We never want the anchor winch to self-deploy in rough conditions or if banging around for 8 hours at a time, the clutch comes loose, the anchor's got to be retained. Just got to remember, when you do want to use your anchor, you've got to unclip the retainer. Okay, so there's some tips for blue water boating. At the end of the day, these boats are designed for exactly this reason. Out in the ocean, doing long trips, you're going to learn a bit about your boat, you're going to learn a bit about yourself. Get out and enjoy it, love it, and we'll see you at Hayman Island.